We're going to give a few moments for the streams to warm up across all the platforms. Let everybody join in.
How's it going, everybody?
Cryptogenik, Scott Bondsman here.
And we are live with Kieran from Mural.
Oh yeah.
And
hello, everyone.
We are live with Kieran from Mural.
Oh yeah.
And
hello, everyone.
We are live with Kieran from Mural.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay, I gotta fix the feedback first. That's gonna destroy people. Okay, I gotta fix the feedback first. That's gonna destroy.
you guys can't hear us at all?
Okay, now we can hear Scott.
You guys can't hear us at all?
Okay, now we can hear Scott.
Just getting feedback from you. I don't hear any feedback. Do you guys hear any feedback? No sound. Womp womp. We're good now. Crypto Joe saying we're good. All right, we're good. All right, cool. What's going on, guys? Oh, Q, what's up, man? Holy smokes. How have you been, man? Take 2 minutes. Get the audio right. Pump it up.
Now I think it's working right.
Pump it up.
And we're not getting any feedback. Good, 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 good. Let's go, 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 go.
Wait, before you start, could you combine the chats together so we can see both chats on one page?
What do you mean by combine the chats?
Like the chat behind you on the screen.
Yeah.
It's only showing your chat. It's not showing the Sync Network channel.
I can't do that right now.
Yeah.
The Sync.
You got them both. If you're on the Sync Network channel, you're gonna see both chats.
You'll see the one on stream. The one on stream has YouTube, DLive, and my Twitch together, but I don't have the keys to the other Twitch. So we'll worry about that later. I mean, these guys don't care. They're in the chat. They'll know.
Some people aren't. Some people can. Some people can't. Some people. Oh heck! Give me a. Okay.
Yo.
Okay, it's better now. All right. All right. So Everybody, welcome. Thanks for being here. We have a new partnership that just went live, and we're here with the founder, Kieran of Mural. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man.
Hello, everyone.
Appreciate you being here. I'm trying to get my notes. I closed my notes too.
Not a big deal.
Got it. Sync about to blow. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. You look at that chart and stuff, and it's pretty exciting. All the charts, all the crypto charts right now are just insane. Are you guys looking forward to the 4th and 5th stimulus checks? I mean, I'm looking forward to them in multiple ways. You know.
Yeah, it's a weird time. It's kind of a weird time because as much as like I've kind of like always felt like we were marching towards this, you know, then kind of COVID solidified it with just massive money printing everywhere. But it's like, oh yeah, this is great for crypto, it's great for hard assets, but I don't know, it's still sketchy walking through it, you know. It's like wow, I'm just noticing you have a unicorn on your shirt.
Shh, subliminal, man.
Very nice, very nice.
It's not just a unicorn. Look at it. It's origami.
Oh,
Salami. Yeah, you might tell there's a little inspiration there from that comes through even on our mural artwork, right?
mm-hmm.
If you look in the new mural artwork, there is actually, you'll find this symbol in several of the different crypto bond artworks. It's kind of one of the staples of our design.
Yeah, it's a lot of unicorns.
Dude, you know, they're rare, but when you find them, like, it's a sign of good luck, right?
Exactly. I mean,
how many people do we have viewing the stream now?
we got 18 over here in the Sync Network chat.
Nice. You can catch us on DLive, Twitch, YouTube, Cryptogenik, through the vortex of Scott.
Yep.
Let's get this show rolling, guys. So today we're going to meet with, how do you say your name again? Kieran. I'm going to get it wrong again. It's just my inability to speak. Don't worry about it. Surprise. Got Ant in the chat. What's up? Synthman. Aw, heck. Fulcrum. Noma Bits. We got a lot of very active chat today. Jackie Sparrow. What's up, guys? I'm so glad to see you all here. Like I was saying, we're going to talk to Kieran and find out about how he makes these murals, how they work, how they integrate with the crypto bonds. Dude.
Yeah, why don't you go through and just take us through what is Mural, how does it work, what are paint, you know, how does this all work together in this NFT space?
Sure. So, yeah, Mural is a collaborative mural, funnily enough. Yeah, so the whole ethos behind it was that anybody, anywhere in the world can draw on this collaborative mural, and the only thing that you require is the paint token. So the paint token is made to be kind of analogous with real life paint. So like in real life, whenever you draw something, you can't take the paint away from the canvas. You know, once it's there, and in the same way, when you use paint token to draw on mural, the paint that you use is burned as part of the transaction, and because paint is fixed in supply, paint itself is deflationary in that aspect. So it's a way to kind of incentivize good quality artwork to be drawn onto mural, because you only get the chance to draw on mural while there's paint available.
That makes sense. Yeah. That's like really good tokenomics too, because you've got your tokens. Not only do they get used and then they're used up. They're gone.
Yeah, exactly. So our thinking is that people wouldn't want to really waste it, because they might not get another chance to draw on there. So also as part of that drawing transaction, you get an NFT of what you draw, and so like the pixels that you draw are they're calculated at
Okay.
it's half a paint per pixel, and so
So
however much paint that you use up is burned through that, and you get the NFT of what you drew.
so it'd be kind of fair to say that they're like transformed, right? Like from paint into NFTs.
Yeah, in the same way that you could think of it like a transformation in real life. Say, take the Mona Lisa for example. Leonardo da Vinci has used paint to transform just the paint itself into this beautiful artwork, and in that sense, it's kind of created something that's more than the sum of its parts. The Mona Lisa is more than the sum of, the canvas, the paint, and the frame. Last price I think was something in the region of like $22 million or something. I think I saw on Google. Or it might have been 220 million. But yeah, in that sense, it's supposed to be like a similar transformation, but on the blockchain.
Very cool. Very cool.
Dude, that's a really innovative idea. What gave you the idea to start Mural?
It was actually I kind of got into the space around 2017, almost around the peak, like it was around October, and then as the bear market kind of kicked in, it didn't really put me off. Like I'm actually a programmer myself, like by trade.
Really?
So I didn't actually start in the blockchain space. I started in Android applications, so like the mobile phone operating system.
So Java.
Java and Kotlin it was, but that space was kind of stagnating, and I just kind of wanted to explore this kind of new exciting space. So I was like kind of absorbing myself in all of these podcasts and talks and everything. And there was one particular talk. It was Pomp, the podcast guy. Yeah, everyone knows him in the space.
Yeah.
He did a podcast with this guy Benjamin DeFrancesco, and he gave this like really spot on like breakdown of like the core concepts that blockchain itself has brought, like things that didn't exist prior to the invention of blockchain. There was three things. I can't remember the first two, but yeah, it's kind of like it's saying about like how there's like all these kind of unstoppable code and this.
I know, that's so exciting, man. I get tingly thinking about it.
Yeah.
That happened to me because I can kind of relate. I was a Java programmer in college. That was what I majored in. And
oh, right.
Yeah, but that was like back when IE was a thing, and
yeah.
Mobile apps were only on BlackBerry, and to do BlackBerry apps, you had to know Java because that was a Java-based operating system. And looking back on it now, and I don't know if I like the fact that I learned Java or not, but I never used Java, but I used all the knowledge from it for so many other things. And
yeah, definitely.
And when I first heard of Bitcoin, the notion of unstoppable code came up when Ethereum was in development, and when and this is where the art kind of crossover happens, right? I was one of the guys who drew one of the concept logos for Ethereum in a contest that they held on their forum. And I just thought, there's so many applications that were going to be coming down the pipeline like Mural. It's really interesting because the things that I thought would come to fruition are coming to fruition right in front of me. And every day it's just constantly exciting and a reminder that I saw this coming from a mile away, so I'm confident knowing what's coming down the road, right? I mean, the writing's on the wall. We can all see it now, and now you don't sound like a crazy maniac when you're talking about it. That feels good.
I mean, you say that, like, I'm sure there's still people who still think that we're crazy.
That's definitely true.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
The minute that somebody thinks that we aren't crazy, I think all opportunities will probably be gone.
Yeah,
but while
probably.
people think we're crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, that's how it. I mean, imagine just going back a couple decades, really, if you go back to like gold-backed, or just like gold currency, just actual like hard currency coins and stuff, and then they were like, hey, we're going to give you this paper. They're like, that's crazy, like I'm sure that those people thought that was crazy back then. So it's which revolution are you part of? It's when do you live?
You can measure it.
This kind of struggle, yeah.
You can measure it based on like how close they are in age to Warren Buffett to when it's going to be over. Once Warren Buffett accepts it and all those old people accept it, it's too late. Like everybody else already has. Everyone their age and younger has jumped in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
But.
And it kind of goes to show that like the things that you were thinking about when you first got in Cryptogenik, 8, 9, 10 years ago, these things are being built now. But how many of the things that you thought of haven't been built yet? I'm sure there's more that you have thought of that haven't been built than that you did think of that have been built. And that just goes to show that if you guys out there, you should learn to code. There's so many things to build. It just takes people willing to go and
there is more to build than there is like people with time and people with know-how. So there's like still tons to build out there, and a lot of it. I recently watched the Coin Bureau coverage of the internet computer, and that was crazy. And scary.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah. That's all I was going to say.
I was just going to say, realistically, how many really, really well off Solidity coders do you think that are in existence right now? A few hundred that can pretty much program anything in Solidity that are really, really masters of it. Yeah, a few hundred maybe. So that's my guess.
Everybody I know that can program in it, no one considers themselves a master of it.
Well, there's that other aspect of it, but in people that are just really proficient at it, it's not like there's 10,000 of them or 100,000 people that are doing this stuff. So
it's a rare skill for sure.
Well, really early, that's part of the reason that spurred me on to kind of build Miro in the first place. Go back to what I was saying. One of the things that Benjamin DeFrancesco mentioned was this notion of this kind of time-stamped history. And he actually said, I've yet to see anybody kind of do anything really cool with that. And I thought, yes, there is my opportunity. Nobody is doing anything really cool using the history part. Like everybody's using the unstoppable code. Yeah. Nobody's doing anything kind of interesting with the history part of it itself. So I came up with the concept of Mural to kind of use the history of the blockchain to kind of see this kind of ever-changing artwork evolve over time.
Now that you mention that's a great. You just bring up a really good point. The people do forget about the fact that it's a historical index of everything that's happened since the Genesis block, and you could even make like an animated version of your mural artwork that constantly updates and grows like a few seconds longer, as more artwork is added to it. And then people could watch like a time lapse of the evolution of the artwork, because it's all recorded there on chain and anybody could replay that.
Yeah. So our history viewer does actually have like a kind of playback feature, so you can kind of choose 2 parts in time and load it up and kind of play it back. And we've actually done a few time lapses like from the very beginning on YouTube, so you can kind of see the whole evolution up to today on YouTube. But it's really interesting to kind of see how it's evolved from its initial state all the way up to here, and it's still evolving to this day. While there's still paint.
That's really cool, and I can see applications in the future where it could be integrated into like Decentraland, where like it could be on a billboard and people could go into the art gallery and look at it and stuff and see the history of it there and stuff. And if it, being in a place like that, it's going to get a lot of eyes on it,
Yeah, exactly. Like that's actually one thing that we're trying to sort out at the moment, trying to get some help trying to get a billboard or something up there in Decentraland so that people will be able to see the live state and see it kind of change in the metaverse.
That's
I actually
so
own
cool.
a little bit of land in crypto voxels, but I don't really think it's a good spot for a billboard. It's like way up high and like a tower block. Yeah. But yeah, so that's one of the things on our roadmap to kind of get some presence in the metaverse.
That's a good idea. I think that's going to add a lot of value down the road. You know, it's projects like that where you see people actually actively developing, doing real things, and just hitting those milestones. Like, you guys have done quite a bit. I mean, I remember when you guys weren't even on Polygon, and now here you are already on a layer 2 solution.
Yeah.
Improving the product and making it better, you know? That's wicked.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even in this fairly short time that we've released, we released at the end of January, and we've done tons. Yeah, biggest thing is probably the move to Polygon. Well, it's technically not a move. We've created like another mural there.
But
mostly, because there were so many people that wanted to contribute, but the gas prices were just so crazy that it cut out a whole bunch of people. And as I mentioned, like the ethos behind Mural is to be kind of as inclusive as possible, and it was going against our ethos to kind of cut out people that couldn't afford to draw. And
that makes a lot of sense, you know, and you got to be inclusive. We face similar situations. On the recent gas rise and fall, what do you think sparked all that? Any ideas?
Probably a combination of like the DeFi and the NFT boom. Obviously, you've got like your places like Rareable and Super Rare, Known Origin, all of that. And as people were kind of getting into the space and seeing these, you know, expensive digital artworks appear, like we got more and more users and more interest. And then twinned on top of that with the kind of DeFi thing, which has always been there since pretty much like last year, the like kind of main DeFi boom, but it hasn't gone away. And I think the combination of those two really pushed the Ethereum blockchain to its limits. I mean, it survived, but people suffered for it by paying ridiculous amounts just to be able to transact and be a part of it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the NFT boom was a big part of it. And here we are, both NFT projects, a lot of similar vision and goals. I think it's just really cool, man. Really feeling the synergy between our projects. For those of you who are just kind of tuning in, basically, their mural wall that's created with their paint tokens, you can lock liquidity on Uniswap and create a crypto bond, and we snapshot that live image into our artwork. So our platform actually communicates with their platform in a way that creates NFTs from their platform to ours. Synthman says, good to see a UK project, man. Shout out from the UK right there. Fulcrum says, fire. I know, dude.
Nice.
And he wants to know what Scott's shirt says.
I told him, I told you so.
Told you so. How many times have I...
All those haters for so long. Bitcoin's going to zero. Crypto's dead.
I know.
2017 was the top. It was a bubble. I'm like, you fools.
I don't know how many people I could put in a line and just walk by and say, I told you so. I told you so.
Just like graveyards of dead bears, man.
Synth wants to know, does Kieran think that the UK is keeping up in crypto?
It's a good question, actually. I think very recently they have kind of opened their arms to like crypto specifically. I saw that, like there was some recent news about having some more crypto-friendly regulation. I have a feeling that's probably because of Brexit. This whole thing that happened when UK left the EU, and I think they didn't really think it through very well, and now that they're probably thinking of like other ways to kind of get more revenue in, so like crypto is probably a good shout there to get some more revenue. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Everyone I have talked to said that Brexit was a bad idea. I don't know all the specific details on it, but it's just amazed me that something so universally hated actually got passed. You know?
Yeah, I was pretty amazed that it went through. The Brits are pretty stubborn, but yeah, it is what it is. It's here now, and I think it might be a good thing for crypto because I think it's kind of forced their hand to accept some other kind of more different streams for
I heard that I heard a rumor that the Queen was going to step down and she's letting the Prince take her spot. She wants to see him rule. Is that just a tabloid?
I'm not sure that. I haven't heard that.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. She is getting on.
Yeah, she said she actually wants to be alive to see him rule for a little bit.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, interesting.
Hasn't she been the queen like our entire lives?
For like 90 years, right? Since she was in her 20s. Yeah.
That's a crazy run, man. That's a crazy run. Even historically
Probably
speaking, kings and queens usually don't make it that long.
Probably one of the longest monarchs ever.
Fulcrum says, was staying in the EU much better in the long run? It could be good in the long run, he says.
Yeah, well, I would have. I didn't really see a point to leave the EU. Like there was a lot of good things that came with being part of the EU. It's not. Well, that's the other thing. Like I think it's kind of like they've half left and half not. Like on paper they've left, but they still are kind of in there. In that, like they still have to do trade. They still have to kind of allow people to kind of freely move between. So it's just made things harder. So I think we might see a reversal like later on. I guess it depends on how things go.
That's really cool, man. Hey,
so
go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say we have Crypto Conrad was wondering, he wants to hear about Mia the cat. I guess Mia the cat is a pretty famous.
What's the story on that?
There's been some renditions actually to Mia the cat, like the Elon kitty, right? Meow kitty or
Elon Meowsk.
Elon Meowsk.
Elon Meowsk. Yes.
Yeah. So Mia is if we go to the layer 1 mural on Ethereum, she's like the centerpiece pretty much. So yeah, I think it was like pretty much early on in the kind of early stages of like the first mural on Ethereum. There was somebody who decided to kind of immortalize their cat on the blockchain. I think it was probably the first person to divide an image and kind of mint it up in pieces to make a larger piece. And I think they must be like a secret whale, because people would draw things over Mia, and then the owner would just kind of
repaint it
Mia just over and over again. Like people would, put something on the belly, and then the owner would fix it, and even little bits that would kind of overlap onto Mia, like little bits on the tail, and
that's
the
so
owner would
sick.
just bend. This was when Ethereum was high in the gas actually as well. It's like the owner really didn't care about spending gas to fix Mia.
Conrad in the chat.
Immortal.
Conrad in the chat is the one who did the Terminator. Terminator. I don't know if you noticed, Kieran.
I saw that one. That one was pretty cool.
Dude, that the Elon Musk. We did an homage to Mia in the Crypto Bond artwork. If you check out the left-hand chair in the image of our artwork, there's a chance that she's sitting in the chair over there. She's not always there, and if you pay attention, sometimes her eyes change color, so she's not always the same. if she's there at all.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Didn't mean to cut you off there, but I just was excited about that. That was really cool.
I did Pixel Mia. The mural white again.
Oh, he also did the little
paint-
pixelated version of her.
Came in. Let's paint the mural white again.
Nice.
Blank it out.
Yeah.
Oh, do they do that?
A little over 1 million tokens, correct to blank it out right now, right?
Yeah. So it's
Wow.
1,048,576 paint to
And
completely cover.
And just so the audience, if you guys don't know, what's your total supply?
The total supply is a little over 22 billion. Let me check the stats here. So the original supply was 22 billion. There we go. 22 billion, 20 million. And 96,000. That's the one. Yeah. So
Okay.
that is enough paint to cover mural in its entirety 21,000 times.
That's it.
Okay. 21,000 times. Nice. And
Are there hot spots like people like vie for the same spots over and over?
That's a tough one actually. So I think on
Heat map.
layer 1, there's
Yeah.
actually places that haven't had anybody draw on them.
They just avoided.
Like people seem to kind of want to be in the center, especially when Mia's there. Like people were just trying to draw over Mia.
Yeah.
It became like a game. But yeah, on layer 2, on Polygon, I think because people are able to do like the whole coverage, like afford to do it because the gas prices aren't crazy there. It's a little bit more of a free for all. People can just kind of choose anywhere really.
yeah, well, I've noticed that on the layer 2, it really is developing quickly. Because I looked at it like 3 days ago, and it was completely different than what it is this morning when I looked at it. I was like, whoa, folks, that really changed really fast.
Yeah, I saw the technology used to encode the RGB data into the blockchain itself. That was very impressive.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I came up with, after like a lot of kind of trying
Research.
things out. I was trying to think of I am kind of like a real stickler about kind of putting things on chain at any cost kind of thing.
Yeah.
I always knew that people would be, it always felt like IPFS was, it works.
It's not
and
cheating.
it's fine, but it's nowhere near as good as, kind of the actual blockchain itself.
Yeah, the chain is it's like permanent.
Yeah. Not only is it permanent, but you have like the decentralization aspect that, like your artwork is there forever and cannot be deleted, and it's this super secure network, and you kind of in my mind you get what you pay for. If you locked up your data in a bank, it probably cost you loads, but then if the bank burns down, you've lost your data.
Yeah.
So to me, sticking it on Ethereum was always worth the cost. I did my very best to, figure a way to get as many pixels onto the blockchain as possible. So I made some kind of smart decisions to get it so that the pixels themselves were done in such a way to kind of,
Oh yeah, compression wise, it's insane. It's like up there with like that WebP format. It was really pretty clever. I saw all the work you put into it.
Oh yeah, it took a lot of thinking and figuring out. Like, I came up with the idea of mural. I think it was like late 2019, and I worked kind of throughout up to the end of 2019 and throughout 2020, kind of tweaking the image stuff to try and squeeze as much out of it. Like, so yeah, like I learned so much, like in the process, about kind of manipulating bytes and how like the thing with the Kali space, like reducing it from 32 to 16, and even with the size of the mural itself, 2048 by 1024.
It's no accident.
And yeah, it's that these are all kind of like really specific decisions, because the canvas itself is actually divided into groups of 32 pixels, and so there are how many groups are there? I think it's 65,556, and that is the max amount of numbers that you can get in 16 bytes.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. We did a little trigonometry ourselves on the CryptoBond artwork. Whenever we import your image, we use an affine transform to match the perspective in the image. So whenever we import your guys' artwork, we actually give it some 3D perspective before we put it up on the wall, so it actually blends into our artwork naturally.
Yeah, at that right angle.
Nice.
Yeah, and so if you check it out, you'll notice it's not just like a flat copy and paste. It's actually got like, it looks like it's 3D, projected into space right there,
It's very cool.
Hanging on the wall in this gallery. Yeah,
it looks like it's hanging on a wall in the gallery.
It's very cool.
We had some really grand plans when Kieran, when we were talking about this all early on, about all the different things we could do. But just doing this much, it's a lot of work actually. The end result, for it to look nice and smooth, to work flawlessly, and knock on wood, nearly flawlessly. Nothing ever goes flawlessly.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work to get all this up and going, and to actually see your accomplishment just like out there running and people using it is like a wicked awesome feeling. I appreciate everybody in here who makes crypto bonds, especially when they make these mural crypto bonds, because I think there's a healthy long-term perspective for your token and project. It's not going to go away overnight, because people can continue painting on it for a long while, and if it gets that kind of exposure in public places in virtual worlds, there's going to be people who want that space. They're going to want to draw on it and be seen and get recognition, and people walking by in those spaces are going to want to look at it.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's actually one of the things that is another kind of driver to want to draw on mural, because in places like that exist, like known origin, super rare, they obviously have those kind of featured parts that's kind of chosen by them, this centralized entity. They say, like, we want to feature these people up front and center, and anybody else you kind of have to fight to be seen.
Right.
But with mural, the minute that you draw, you have instant representation.
Yes.
You're there on the live state.
It's there.
And so there is no kind of fight to say, like, oh, pick me. You just draw, and it's there. Same as like drawing on like a real life graffiti wall.
Exactly. If somebody paints like the what comes to my mind? What if they painted like the master key to all the Blu-ray discs on it? You know what I'm talking about, to decode all the Blu-rays? Sony was suing everybody who did that. So somebody encoded it in the blockchain, and they tried to sue Bitcoin. And they were like, they tried to sue actual Bitcoin. They're like, who runs this Bitcoin? We got to sue them to take that key off there. Everybody's gonna be able to decode Blu-ray discs because of Bitcoin, right? And then when they found out like no one runs it, they were like, oh crap.
No.
Immutable. That I love it.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful story. And you guys are the same kind of thing. If somebody wants to spray paint the master password to all Blu-ray discs in the mural, Sony can't stop you. Sony can't stop anybody from doing that.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing about mural is it was kind of built to give people well, anybody, like the opportunity to not only use it for artwork, yeah, like you say, like if somebody wanted to put the Master Key
Immortalize.
for Blu-ray, you could. There's been some examples of some kind of texts that are deemed like banned in some places that somebody uploaded. There was
Is it like
some text
Animal
about,
Farm or something like that was banned?
Tiananmen Square.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah.
that like those kind of banned texts, and somebody put them onto Mural.
That's a great example. Yeah,
Free speech. Gotta love it.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
they can't stop an idea. That's what I love about it. You know.
And the best thing about it is like censoring it to me is like just the wrong thing to do. You should let everyone speak, and the good ideas will flow to the top. The bad ideas
Well,
get pretty much destroyed for the most part if open discussion's available. But like if you put something up there and if you don't like it, just paint over it.
and if that's exactly what I was going to say. If they want to censor it, they're gonna have to buy those paint tokens and paint over it. And China may be painting the whole mural red over and over and over.
Yeah, and if you're a liquidity provider for Mural in the Paint ETH pair on Uniswap, and you want to take advantage of people buying and getting in and out of the Paint tokens so they can go and paint, well, you might as well put them in a crypto bond, and then you're locked up. You're you're yielding on an asset that you want. That's running out. It's becoming more and more scarce.
I bet there will be. So Crypto Joe says, I bet there will be a few Mural crypto bonds auctioned in the near future, and he won't win them. Ah. Yeah, when they go up for auction, man, I've had some pretty. Oh man, you get into an auction bid war with somebody, and they don't want to lose. You know, they've committed like so much, and then the bids just keep going and going and going, and then you're like. You have to really ask yourself, do I really want this after this much? And then you're like, yeah, screw that guy. And you just keep trying to outbid him.
I want to see the Inception crypto bond made of this, where it's if somebody paints the whole pot layer 2 one crypto bond, and then you put another crypto bond in it, and so then if you make a crypto bond, then the crypto bond, it'll be a crypto bond on the wall. So it's like a bond in a bond. It's like the House of Mirrors kind of thing.
The House of Mirrors,
yeah, very cool.
China. Sup, guys? Gold Crypto's here with Zap. Oh, what's up, guys? A lot of new faces in here. Kagri of the Life. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream, everybody. We're just kind of hanging out. Kieran, you want to give us an actual show and run us through creating one of these murals? Is that something you can do on the stream today? I don't know. Kind of just asking you from the hip there.
Well,
yeah.
I could run you through drawing a little something. I haven't prepared like a full mural, but I could run through drawing a little something.
I think the viewers would like that. I'll have to put it in front of your face, Scott, if you don't mind.
No, you're good. That's fine.
Okay. So yeah, can you all see the browser? Okay.
Let's see, we can see most of it. Yeah, the top right hand corner for sure. I think some of it's clipped off. If you just can you make it like a window?
Yeah. Okay. Let's try.
Yeah, you can kind of see the stream, and you can. Yeah, now there you go.
Yeah.
Look, Scott's still there.
How's that?
Look, we got a little Scott. He's still there.
Okay. I'll shrink it down a bit just so I can see it. Okay.
Good.
So
Nice.
yeah, can you see it all there? Like, let's go to fit. There we go.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool,
You
man.
can see that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
you guys can see it out there, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can see it on stream.
Okay, I'm just going to go for it. Right. So
Yeah.
obviously you can use the tools that are inside here. You know, like we've got like your usual kind of paint and pencil and rubber. But we always knew that the kind of in-browser editor wasn't going to kind of live up to the likes of Photoshop and all of that. So we've allowed it so that you can actually import images that you've done kind of elsewhere. So I've got my little glitched dragon here. Oh,
I love that one.
Still got the brush selected. Yeah, so I actually did this earlier on the mural.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we've got like a few little things here. So seeing as I've already drawn this, I'm just going to change it a little bit. Maybe I'll flip it horizontally, and
I love the aesthetics of it.
Yeah, I spent loads of time kind of doing these nice little kind of glitchy tweaks.
Nice.
I'll make it grayscale. There we go. Right. So yeah, we have a few restrictions in that you can only have 256 colors, and it has to be the RGB 565 color space. So that's per image. So we have a handy little thing here, this little 256 thing. So that reduces the palette to 256, and you can see it's pretty smart about it. It actually looks almost no different.
Yeah, looks really good.
Yeah. So it makes a copy, so you can kind of compare to see, you know, like
the before and after.
Because if it's not like you expect, you know, you can remove it and kind of do other tweaks. But I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm gonna hide the other one. So we've got our 256 one there, and this is probably going to be too big to go in a single mint. Yeah, so it says your image may be too large to go in a single transaction. So in this case, we have a tool in here. So we go to divide layer. And I think at this size, maybe I could probably get away with 2 halves, maybe. So if I do 1 row, 2 columns, so that creates a split.
Oh, okay, I see.
2 halves. It does keep your original, but it's like in exactly the same spot. You can't really see it. So if I go to mint now, I'll get the option to either flatten the layers or mint the layers individually. So if I go to mint individually, it goes into this kind of mint mode. So you can choose your parts. So you've got the left and right part. So we're going to use the same name for all the layers. We'll call this one dragon, maybe with a symbol in there, because why not? And a 0.
Nice.
And so we've got a thing here to kind of auto generate the numbers, because we've got a way to kind of associate parts to kind of a single image. So you can give it numbers and then associate them with the series ID. So this is going to be number 1, and let's make the thing series 2 because I've got the other dragon there. So
can you shrink that window just a little bit?
Oh yeah, sure.
And then move it to the right. Yeah.
I clicked off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna do it from the top right. There we go. Right. Wait, should I shrink it more that way? Right, I can kind of see it.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks really
How's
good.
that?
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, now if I go to mint now, let's go mint individually again. So you've got your layers here. It's a little bit squished now. So I'm just going to select those 2 layers, drag them over. I can actually click that to kind of shrink that down. So I'm going to name this dragon again. Use the same layer name for both layers. Auto generate the numbers, and we're going to give it the same series ID, series 2. So this is 1 of series 2 and 2 of series 2, so they're both the same series. And then you can click mint. Hope. It says it's going to be too large for a single transaction.
Yeah, but the process makes sense though.
Yeah.
It's pretty smooth flow.
Yeah. this will probably. I'm gonna give it a shot. Why not? Let's see what it meant. It'll probably reject. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
we I don't know if you just seen that. Somebody's drawn. So we've got like this.
somebody just
thing
drew
here,
something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's
So-
cool. So it's super
yeah.
fast on Polygon.
Yeah. So it actually, we've got this thing that always listening to the blockchain. So when it updates, you will see it as on the website. That little notification pops up to say there's a new drawing, and you can go to the live state. I'm a little afraid to do the live state because my network is a little bit
Oh, it's
on the
okay.
bad side. But yeah, so I've just zoomed. Hang on.
That's super
Yeah.
cool, man.
So once you've drawn, I'd have to divide this more. Maybe like 4 pieces would do it. But yeah, so you can mint those individual parts and associate them with the same series ID and just give them the separate numbers, and that's all there in that mint mode as you saw.
hmm
And then they'd be minted as you see.
Like as individual NFTs, and then collectively they would show up on the mural.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, Crypto Joe says it's done on the Matic mainnet. Please explain more. Gas fees so far on that one are next to nothing. Even a lot less than BSC. Yeah, it's better than BSC, isn't it?
It is, yeah. The price of Matic is, I mean, it has actually gone up a lot, but it's still nowhere near as expensive as BSC. Yeah. So, one of the main reasons that we chose Polygon was a lot of the other NFT platforms and projects have moved there. And it kind of made sense to us being, like an NFT project that to kind of follow suit with the rest of the ecosystem.
Dude, that's really
And
cool.
the prices are a hell of a lot better. Yeah.
A hell of a lot
And
better.
you saw the speed.
Yeah, that was so fast. It was almost like, were you even really interacting with the blockchain, or was that a server?
Yeah.
I mean, it was
So I think
super fast.
Yeah, I think their block time is 3 seconds, maybe 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
That's
super.
really impressive.
Compared to Ethereum, which is I think 35. Yeah, 35 seconds.
Yeah, for a penny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for nothing.
yeah, maybe less.
Yeah.
So Ninja has just made an update to the mural, and now he's going to create another crypto bond.
Whoa, nice.
Dude, that's some cojones on that guy. He's calling it out first. People are going to front run him. They're going to get in there and buy up all the Polygon or all the paint tokens.
Well, hope you're a liquidity provider then at that point, right?
Yeah. So in our program, I don't know how deep you have gone down the rabbit hole in our project, because I know as a fellow developer, it is hard to divide your attention up into a whole lot of different projects. And yes, yeah, I could you could hear it in his voice. The subtext to that yes, it's like yes, because the amount of reading and research and trial and error that you have to go through as a developer, people don't see that, and so something gets made or done and people are like, oh yeah, you probably did that in 2 seconds, and no one ever appreciates the amount of effort it really takes to get in there and do all that. So I can forgive you for not diving into crypto bonds yet, but in our product, people create these crypto bonds and they put your liquidity tokens from Uniswap in there, and when they have to put in an equal amount of our sync tokens, and it burns them, removing them from the total supply, and then when it's paid back on maturity, it remints the sync plus interest, so they can liquidity mine sync while earning trading fees on the paint tokens on Uniswap.
That is very cool.
Yeah, and the artwork that we have is dynamically generated. It's not AI generated, and people can't custom make it themselves, but because it's based on like certain numbers in the transaction, the closer those numbers are to like all nines or all zeros, it's kind of like rolling a dice, and the higher the number is, the greater the chance it is to be a rare, like, layer or individual aspect of the bond. And so if they get a whole lot of 9s in the transaction, then it's going to be like extremely rare. And if the bond ID, if like the actual ID equals 77 at the end of it, they get a what's called a lucky bond. All of the numbers automatically are calculated as if they're 9, and they get an extra bonus on top of that in liquidity mining. So it's like a monetary gain that they get in it.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that is very cool.
And I think number 77 is coming up soon. And so if they happen to make what I'm getting at is if they happen to make a paint mural, a mural crypto bond, they may get to kind of like game the system and see an extremely rare mural artwork bond if they make one that ends with 77.
Yes.
And so I think we're getting kind of close to that number. I'll have to check. Does anybody know?
We are at
Merging Footwork. Thank you for being here, my man. It's good to see you. Hold up.
Oh, it's not going to show me because I'm on the Matic network. Hold on.
Crypto Joe's telling us to pay attention. Cryptogenic, Scott. V2 sync, Polygon.
1657.
1657.
Mm-hmm.
So once that number 77 rolls around, it's like a multiplier to your yield.
Oh, and Crypto Joe, we're definitely paying attention to Polygon for V2.
Yeah, Crypto Joe, if you've been around here, you know we've been talking about Polygon for a while. We're actually looking. We'll save that for Friday. This is about mural and paint today. We don't want to get too much into us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say I wish I knew about Sync Bond when we locked up our tokens.
Oh yeah.
We used somebody else to lock up ours, and it's locked up until next February.
See, the cool thing with ours is if you did end up locking, let's say even if you wanted to relock at some point, but just in general for people out there, you would be able to lock your liquidity, but you would still be able to maybe even sell parts of your liquidity pool without selling down the assets of your tokens. So you'd be able to actually basically still have liquid funds because you can sell a crypto bond, but you can't remove the liquidity from the pool, which is probably one of the biggest benefits of it.
Oh yeah, your liquidity would be locked, but you could sell up like those NFTs, like you could sell off like little sections of your locked liquidity, and it'd still be locked for whoever you sold it to.
Yes, and it would be earning multiple, earning fees. So it's being rewarded that way. It's being rewarded because it's yielding sync. Instead of with these other locking platforms that are out there, you don't get anything except for a pat on the back from your community that thank you, you're locked, but you don't yield anything. You can't do anything with your liquidity. I mean, yeah,
you just have to sit on it for right now because it's locked.
Exactly.
This is crazy. They're talking about 1655, 1657. People are making bonds right now. That's crazy. Like, they're just low gas fees on Ethereum. They're getting after it.
Yeah, the gas fees are pretty low right now. I was looking at that before.
We say low, it's still like,
22.2 Gwei right now for trader.
Yeah, that's fast. And you don't have to be fast when you're making a crypto bond, so.
In that giant dip, I saw it over 1,500 Gwei.
I know, people are paying a whole ETH for a transaction. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
That's what fear does.
Exactly.
Ninja's making another one.
And that's why it always, during those times of great fear, being in a liquidity pool, for me at least, I feel the safest. That's just me personally, because you're almost taking advantage of people's fear and their greed, and you're just earning fees on it. You become that. You just doesn't matter to you. You're just earning their fees.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, Crypto Joe says, no more gas refunds for crypto bonds. Please refund my 2 cents. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
That's something else, Kieran. We may not have told you, but for those who create crypto bonds over a certain amount, we actually refund their gas fees from the DAO.
All right.
Yeah, which that helps those people who don't have a lot, to be spending on gas fees. That's kind of our community help right now. But once V2 comes around, there'll be no reason to do that.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing, because it is nice refunding gas fees, and we have refunded over $150,000 worth of gas fees so far in general. Yep. So
say that number again, just so make sure everybody caught it the first time.
We've refunded over $150,000 worth of gas fees back to the community.
$150,000 of gas fees.
And that's not just for creating crypto bonds. That's also if you add liquidity and then you use that liquidity to create a crypto bond, we were refunding those gas fees.
Uniswap's not going to refund you.
There was a little bit of stipulations on which fees we would refund and which ones we weren't. Obviously, we weren't going to refund something for like $5, but stipulations were like $1,000 and over. So it's still really, really fair. But V2 shouldn't be an issue. Should be able to bounce back and forth between these chains, and kind of like how you guys did. You saw that there was an issue, and then you came up with a solution. So that's where we're headed.
Do you think you would have had as much traction if you had launched directly on Polygon first?
I don't know. I think probably not. Because I think at the time Polygon was a lot smaller.
I agree, man. Same here. We're in the same boat. There was, people. You'd be off so far out by yourself, it'd be lonely. But now the community's kind of moving there. The community's kind of starting to get familiar with MetaMask and how easier it is to transition from one network to another. Man, it's just a matter of time for the people flood in.
Definitely, I think so. Especially that, people have seen what's happened with Ethereum at times of crazy traffic, and you just don't get that craziness on Polygon.
Yeah, I think it's coming though. Especially with. I personally don't think, and I think Cryptogenik feels this way too, that I think that a lot of the gas hike that we saw on the ETH, that it wasn't completely natural, that there was some wars that were happening with the miners and some high frequency traders and whales. They were fighting each other pretty horribly, running up gas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With viable layer 2 solutions, it doesn't really become it's no longer advantageous for them to do that. So you can just move over to the next chain. But it's also just having people become familiar with these other chains. How do you move from ETH to Matic? Oh, you can do it right in MetaMask. It's actually pretty easy to do now because the MetaMask update that happened a little bit ago, right?
Yeah, it's actually really straightforward. Like we've even got like a button to literally switch to layer 2. You just click it on the menu option and it will switch.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Crypto Joe in the chat was asking about the AAPX rewards. I'll get with them and talk to them about what's going on because I don't really know. They said that the reward program was on them. So yeah. I really don't know. I'll have to just check and find out, and I'll get back with you. I'm sure they'll take care of it though. The AMDET guys are great. The Mural guys are great. I've really enjoyed working with you guys. It's been like a pretty smooth transition, getting all this fired up and going and working, and here we are today. I mean, it was actually pretty fast, all things considered. In crypto, most people, we could have easily milked this out for another 2 months and strung people along like some other projects out there do, and we're just we know it's kind of better to bait people along, but at the same time we just feel bad doing that to people. So
yeah, Well, yeah. I guess it's good to work with real developers, yeah, like us.
Yeah, you don't encounter too many projects that actually have developers. I have seen way too many projects that have no developers at all. Like, not even
I know a bunch of them.
one.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I
They
just,
just hire,
That's scary.
try to hire everything out, which is that's terrifying.
yes, it is. Like, you know,
I mean, that would be terrifying for me, because like, what if you do have a really great idea, and then you're just telling somebody else, "Oh, I'll pay you to build it." It's like, yikes! You can't even verify what they write. Oh my god.
you'd have to trust that they were being honest, I guess, and have everything audited before you put it out live. You know, so yeah. Anyway, that's DeFi in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we need to touch on before we end the stream today, guys?
I mean, I appreciate you coming on and giving us a rundown of how to draw on the wall. I love this idea. I'm glad that we did the integration and that we can have a crypto bond on the wall in the crypto bond, and that Ninja's actually working on that right now. I think that's great.
He's working on the Inception.
He's working on like that Inception House of Mirrors kind of with crypto bond right now. So looking forward to seeing that, and great collab. And I hope that through this, you'll have a lot of a greater stability in your liquidity pool. And
there's one more thing I wanted to remind everybody about. From the all the guys who are here from the Paint Token community, when our lending platform goes live, you will be able to lend out your crypto bonds as collateral.
Yep.
On our new lending platform, and we're going to be trying to get that multi-chain compatible as well for ease of use.
Yes.
Very cool.
That's slated for 20 days from now. 6/22 should be that's our launch date on that.
Yeah, dude, that's going to be really cool.
It's right around the block. I mean,
Crypto Joe says, explain more. Loan to where, right? So it would be you know how Uniswap is peer-to-peer swapping, like that they consider it like you are swapping tokens with the contract, right? And in this one, you would be getting a loan on it. You'd get those tokens. You could go do whatever you wanted, maybe yield farm or aggregate with them, you know. But then you could come back and pay it back, and you made the difference while you were yield farming, and you get your crypto bond back. The person who lent you the money to do that, they made interest on it. You took the risk, they made the interest. If you don't pay it back, they can seize your NFT and then they get it. So they got your crypto bond at a discount. So for them, the risk reward is they're risking some DAI, but you know, they're going to get it back plus interest. And if they don't, they got a steeply discounted crypto bond.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about that is this is,
It's
know,
more
all
like
the
a
other
pawn
lending
shop.
platforms currently in crypto, they use collateral to loan ratio, and that you need to maintain the collateral value at a certain percentage of how much you owe on the debt. And what happens is a lot of the time people put up altcoins and they don't put up stable coins, and they get a loan. Let's say they put up $1,000 worth of Aave, right? And they get a $500 loan back in stablecoin, right? And they need to maintain a 50% collateral ratio of it. But then Aave, let's say it takes a 20% haircut and it drops. Well, then they get liquidated immediately because they didn't have enough to cover that maintenance level, that loan to collateral level. With our system, there's no liquidations like that. You sign up, you agree to terms. Let's say you got $1,000 loan for 30 days. Doesn't matter what happens to the collateral's value during the 30 days. You have to pay $1,000 plus whatever interest by X date. It's just about time. It's not about the value of the collateral. So it's in that from that regard, I would feel safer than having an ERC20 that would just stress me out. So it's just about the time. So if you don't facilitate the time, you get liquidated. If you don't pay back in time, you get liquidated, where you're not worried about the value of it.
Yeah, man, it's a really cool platform. I like to explain it like almost like a pawn shop. Pawn shop analogy is a really good analogy for like the functionality and how it works.
Yeah.
You can pawn your NFT, get paid for it like in the short term immediately, but then you can pay it back with a little bit of interest and you get it back.
Yep.
Yeah, more stable collateral. It's not volatile. Yeah, dude, it's a pretty wicked idea.
Exactly. And you can get access to short-term capital while your long-term asset yields high yield rewards. And the cool thing is, for the lenders in this situation, they're going to get back these debt notes. They're going to get back these NFTs. For whenever they give out a loan, they get back an NFT that says, I gave out this loan, I'm owed X amount by X date, and if I don't, I get X collateral, right? You're going to get this NFT. Well, you can hedge your risk and you can go get a loan on the NFT if you want.
When you were making Mural, did you ever think that anybody would be like creating like locked liquidity and getting loans on paint tokens?
I honestly I didn't.
I mean,
but it is so cool.
That's the magic of DeFi, right?
I always thought that this entire ecosystem, it's so cool that everything is kind of really open and just completely interoperable, and I don't even think that we've kind of scratched the surface on the possibilities here.
That's right.
There's so much opportunity here.
Yeah. Absolutely right. There's so much crazy opportunity here. If you're here, you're in the right spot, I can tell you.
Yeah, and it's cool because it's just built by regular. I mean, for the most part, we're just regular people. We thought you had a cool idea. You guys thought we had a cool idea. It's like, hey, let's work together. Let's put this together and let's build it. So, nobody told us that we needed to do it. It wasn't some corporation. It's just like, hey, let's just build this. This is awesome. Sure. And I'm glad the collaboration came together like this.
Yeah, me too. And
happy.
that's another thing actually about this space. Like, people think that it might be too late, but this space is still really early. It's still really small, and it's actually pretty easy to get in contact with people like you and I to kind of get these kind of things rolling. If it was like 5 years or 10 years down the line, it might be kind of nigh on impossible to get, like big corporations who are kind of well established in the blockchain. And now it is kind of regular Joes like you and I who have cool projects, and we can just kind of reach out to each other on Twitter or Discord and get the ball rolling.
Yeah, dude, that's so wicked awesome. That's amazing. I love it. I love the space, and I really love it when projects like ours can collaborate as opposed to compete. It makes both of our projects more powerful in that sense. That interoperability adds value to people who are using Paint. It adds value to people who are using crypto bonds. It's a win-win all the way around.
Exactly.
That's the best kind of projects. The projects that aren't just like, I'm a better Doge, I got a better meme, heard it or,
Yeah.
Those drive me nuts, And I know it sounds like it's like an overblown used trope now, but like something with some actual utility, something that you can actually do something fun with. People can enjoy it, and they can actually profit from it at the same time because other people are enjoying it. They're not dumping on people, That's where projects like ours are actually going to do like long term. I have a lot of faith in them.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Me too. I really wanted something like this, like in a collaboration, because I think the fact that you guys are using our artwork to create something so unique yeah, it kind of really speaks to us, like at Mural, and yeah, it's just really cool to see something so creative, and profitable to somebody who wants to, get something more from their liquidity, and yeah, like you say, it's just an all-round win.
Yeah, it provides a service. You know, it's services. These are services to people that they enjoy. And what's cool about Mural, like you said, people who draw on it, they're usually people looking for attention. They're people looking to get out there, be seen, and to get noticed. And that's going to be like really cool. And they're getting in very early, to stuff like this, to these projects like this. Then there's the historical fact of it. Like, maybe some people are wanting Mural so they can remember their dog, forever.
Yeah.
Or a cat or whatever, and that's wicked cool because like their house could burn down, they could lose everything, but they could come back and that's still going to be out there on the blockchain, like immortalized in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And that is so cool, and so you're providing like a real service to people, more so than any of these other like crap coins that are out there. People locking liquidity, it's useful to people because weak hands is what ruins most people. All the top traders in the last decade, they were all dead. They had died early on and never made any trades. It was if you mess with it, you got wrecked,
Yeah.
Because there's always someone out there smarter, always someone out there better, and everybody gets itchy. They want to do something, they want to move it, and But if you lock your liquidity, all the other people who are needing to buy and sell paint tokens, it's going to benefit the people who have their liquidity locked for long term. They're going to smash through impermanent loss many times over with their gains. Right. But if they had held those tokens, they would have tried to sell them the first time it went up a little bit. Or what happens most of the time, they get scared when the price drops. They're like, oh no, my future's gone. I need to sell it. It's a self-preservation mechanism in people that's getting exploited when that happens. That fear in selling when the price goes down, and it's hard to control yourself,
Yeah. But so I think I heard a good saying: time in the market beats timing the market.
Definitely, I love that. Yeah. I think I've heard that before, but I'm going to say I stole it from you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
So, like locking your liquidity and kind of forcing it. Yeah, it's forcing you to kind of
should be a slogan on our website.
Driven by emotion to just drop the tokens at the first sight of a downward trend. And anybody who's held kind of Bitcoin from even way back in 2017, I got in 2017, and I bought my first kind of little bit of Bitcoin then, and of course it's way up from then.
Even if you bought the 2017 top at Christmas on the 22nd of December 2017, I remember it very well. If you just waited 3 years, a little less than 3 years, you were up over 3x, which is way better. Which is way better than your retirement account.
Yes, literally, if you
unbelievably way miles better than a retirement account.
That's definitely sage wisdom. Time in the market beats timing the market, because it's almost impossible to time the market, but everybody can spend time in the market, and
exchanges, like the founders of exchanges get super rich, and long-term holders get super rich in crypto, and traders get wrecked.
And here you get a chance to be your own exchange in a way. You didn't have to build the infrastructure.
This is the thing. You are the exchange when you're a liquidity provider.
You are the exchange when you're a liquidity provider, and you don't have to know how the platform works. You didn't have to know how to build. You just got to know how to put your liquidity in there and let it work for you.
It's simple. It's so simple.
You need a DeLorean to reliably time the market. Yeah, that's probably true.
Yep. So.
Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me. I had a really great time talking to you, Karen.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us. Super stoked about the collaboration. Looking to see more of these Mural crypto bonds made. See how this evolves.
Yeah, thanks again for the amazing collaboration, and thanks for having me. And looking forward to seeing all these crazy new bonds
I know,
getting
dude.
created, and yeah.
And I'm going to be
gonna be
watching
great.
the mural for the changes for sure. I'm going to be watching it over time. You know, we meant to have this as just a short, sweet stream, but it was just such a pleasure talking to you. We just got carried away with ourselves, and sometimes it's okay to do that.
Of course. Of course. Well, thank you very much, guys. Everyone for being here, everyone in the chat. We'll talk to you soon. I'll probably going to be doing a live stream coming from Miami from the BTC conference in a few days, just to let you guys know. So,
Dude, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm very jelly.
yeah, I'll stream it from the McLaren, man. All right, guys.
Next time. I'll be there next time for sure. All right. Good night, everybody.
Have a good one.